You don't think there's an opportunity to land a big punch on Floyd?
Let me tell you something about Floyd. This is what I don't like about him either. No matter whatever we say about him, and it could be true, but he's in that gym.
And you know, a lot of times when he says certain things on social media, I say, he's to me, he's still a kid.
No, it was a downfall. Yeah, it wasn't a downfall of my career. I mean, our relationship, because it was more things that he was doing. Like,
he scheduled a fight, I think.
Mike Tyson, in a recent interview, slammed Floyd Mayweather and showed strong support for Gervonta Davis. He called Davis an amazing fighter with real knockout power and said he's already made a name for himself. Tyson added that if Davis keeps performing like this, he'll become a legend just like him. He praised Davis's fighting style and drive, and also hinted that Davis doesn't need Mayweather to reach the top.
I mean, what do you think about people comparing Tank Davis to you? I mean, what do you think about that?
Tank's a great fighter.
You think he's a great fighter? But what do they think? What do you think about them comparing him to you? I mean, you're a legend, my friend.
Well, he'll be one too if he keeps fighting.
I think Gervonta Davis is probably the greatest fighter around now, but he's got a tough fight coming up. He's the top dog, there's no doubt about it. He showed that, but Barrios is a pretty good fighter. Last time I saw him fight, he's pretty durable.
In an open chat with Stephen A. Smith, Mike Tyson didn't hold back his thoughts. He called Floyd Mayweather arrogant and suggested that he may be out of touch with reality. Tyson said Floyd's ego has grown so much that it's pulled him away from honesty and humility. He seemed genuinely concerned about Mayweather's constant need for attention, seeing it not as confidence, but as a sign of something more troubling.
How do you feel about Floyd, though?
Huh?
How do you feel about
Awesome
Floyd?
fighter, great fighter. He's a little too into himself. He should be. I was the same way too, but you have to come to reality some way. You have to bring your head down to God. We're nothing to be fucking arrogant. You expect us to be ignorant and arrogant. Look where we came from.
That's why I asked the question earlier about you mentoring fighters, because I feel like Floyd looked at you growing up like every other fighter. And the persona and the lifestyle was like, growing up in the hood, we looked at it like, that's Mike Tyson. We see the cars, the jewelry, the flair. Like, you was a movie star. You was a hero.
I didn't see that.
Mike Tyson recently criticized Floyd Mayweather for constantly showing off his wealth. He pointed out that while Mayweather says he's just enjoying his money, always flashing luxury items might actually signal financial trouble. Tyson suggested this kind of behavior could be risky, warning that basing your value only on money might not end well in the future.
Hey, Mike, how you doing, man? What's up? Hey, professional party thrower Adrian Broner goes across the country, gets charged $10,000 a pop. He used to be a boxer. Would you ever do that? Like, would you want to come to my house and cut the turkey?
Awesome.
How much would you charge to cut the turkey at my house on Thanksgiving?
30 cents.
30 cents? So you do it for free, practically.
Yeah.
Adrian Broner, I think that's a good career for like a boxer trying to promote himself as a party thrower. 10 grand.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Hey, you have any advice for Mayweather? He's spending a lot of money right now.
Have the ball.
Enjoy it, huh? That's what you did.
Mike Tyson couldn't help but laugh while talking about one of Floyd Mayweather's recent exhibition fights. Floyd went up against a much bigger cruiserweight, and to Tyson, the whole thing felt strange. He questioned why Mayweather would step into the ring with someone so much heavier, calling the fight more of a show than a real contest. Tyson felt the mismatch made boxing look less serious and more like a sideshow.
Champ. The exhibition. Facts. Super facts. It was yep. The exhibition. This exhibition. I think Floyd should keep on trying. I don't think he should fight a fucking cruiserweight, but I think he should continue fighting guys his weight. What the fuck is he doing, okay?
That was crazy. He did it. He got past it. Don't try it no more. And move on to something different. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah. Fight Pacquiao again or something. Keep in shape. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because that was the
He should have had, now that we're thinking now, he should have had Paul lose a lot of weight.
Veteran sports commentator Stephen A. Smith shared the same concerns about Floyd Mayweather's recent opponents. He said these exhibition fights aren't helping protect Mayweather's legacy. Smith stressed that boxing isn't a scripted movie where the outcome is always in your favor and warned that taking on low-level challengers weakens the meaning of Mayweather's career. In his view, these matches are more about putting on a show than honoring the sport.
One of the greatest boxers, if not the greatest boxer in history. He's absolutely sensational. But he retired years ago, and for me personally, I know these exhibition matches are entertaining. I like the one with Conor McGregor, not so much the one with Logan Paul. I just see some of these things, and this is just my personal feeling. When you're that great and you're that elite, no one deserves, not just anyone deserves to be in a ring with you, even if you are retired, even if it is for exhibition purposes. This is not a movie. This is not Rocky III, where Rocky is going against Thunderbolt, who that was his name, or Hulk Hogan, okay? This is not that.
Mike Tyson had a problem with Floyd Mayweather often calling himself the greatest of all time. When Floyd claimed that legends like Muhammad Ali and even Tyson didn't measure up, Tyson found it not just disrespectful, but completely out of touch. He argued that true greatness isn't just about staying undefeated, but about the lasting impact and inspiration a fighter gives to the world.
Ali, the same fighter that got beat by a fighter with 7 fights. Every time boxing come on, you don't bring up Muhammad Ali name. You don't bring up Mike Tyson name. You always bring up Floyd Mayweather name.
What do you think about Floyd talking about greater than Ali? He's very delusional. If he was anywhere near that realm of greater than Ali, he'd be able to take his kids to school by himself. There you go. Okay, he can't take his kid to school by himself, and he's talking about he's great. Greatness is not guarding yourself from the people. Greatness is being accepted by the people. He can't take his kid alone to school by himself. He's a little scared man. He's a very small, scared man. There you go. Thank you, sir. Thanks.
Tyson also gave some personal advice, warning that constantly showing off wealth can have negative effects. He said that while some of the backlash Floyd gets might come from jealousy, the bigger risk is ending up isolated. According to Tyson, if Mayweather keeps putting luxury above genuine relationships, he could end up with plenty of things, but no real people around him.
What lessons do you think Pacquiao and Mayweather could learn from you in terms of life away from the ring?
Well, Floyd seems to be going through some stuff like me right now, like realizing no one's his friend and everybody's probably, even though I even hate to say it, because maybe everybody's kind of a little jealous of him, because he is Floyd Mayweather. I know these other guys got their money, but this guy is the champ of the world. It's hard to compete with that. So he's pretty big on those scales as far as on the celebrity scale. So he's gonna realize what life is all about, what friends are all about, and realize that we only have a few of them. And sometimes they're the only ones we got. They may not be the ones we want, but they're the ones we have.
Despite his criticisms, Tyson did give Floyd Mayweather credit for his performance against Conor McGregor. He praised Floyd's calmness, control, and physical shape, pointing out that even after retiring, Mayweather's instincts were still sharp. Floyd has made it clear that he sees his time as the peak of boxing, believing that the era of past legends is over and that his unbeaten record and brand now define greatness. However, not everyone agrees, especially as rising stars like Gervonta Davis begin to make their mark.
Commend Tyson, because he's one of the guys that paved the way for me to be where I'm at. He's a legendary champion. And the only thing I have to say about Mike Tyson is everyone is always trying to judge Mike Tyson. He lived his life the way he wanted to live his life. No one can say what they would have done if they were in his shoes. Boxing will live on. It's the Mayweather era. Not just myself, but the Mayweather brand. I have my own style and what I made cool about boxing is not taking punishment.
In a recent interview, Mike Tyson was asked if he saw any similarities between himself and Floyd Mayweather. Tyson replied that while Floyd is definitely skilled, he doesn't intimidate opponents the way Tyson used to. He said that fear is a big factor in boxing, and although Floyd's style is effective, it doesn't have the same raw intensity that made Tyson's fights so feared. It was a quiet but clear way of saying Floyd lacks the psychological edge Tyson once had.
I got a question for you. One question. I am Mike Tyson in his prime versus Money Floyd Mayweather in his prime. Who would win?
Ooh, that's a great question.
I'm probably 50 pounds heavier than Floyd, so I don't think we'll ever fight. No, we can never fight. We're two.
Because we can only see that in a video game. So I wanted, I wanted to know, what's your thoughts? And also, when you see Floyd now, do he remind you of him? Do he remind you of yourself when you was rocking?
Yeah, to a certain degree, not totally, because he's not menacing. He's not a threat to the fact that he can hurt somebody.
Right.
You know what I mean? He's not that guy. You know what I mean? He's not gonna hurt somebody. He's not gonna go into a store and drag somebody out the store or do something ridiculous.
That you might have done.
Yeah, he's not gonna do anything ridiculous like that. He's gonna have somebody probably, but only because in a situation like that, when everybody loves you, you appear that everybody loves you. You don't know who really doesn't love you. You know, you're never gonna have a chance to be at peace with yourself and to know who you really are, because there's too many people talking to you. Yes, from the outside to everybody, yes, doesn't look good. Yes, doesn't look good what's going on with him right now. You know, we could all be wrong, but from what we're seeing from the outside.
At a heated press conference, Floyd Mayweather fired back at Gervonta Davis's criticism, brushing him off as immature. When Davis accused Floyd of being controlling in the past, Floyd didn't directly deny it. Instead, he said Davis was just acting out and claimed he might have done the same at that age. His response came off as defensive, showing that the tension between the two had clearly reached a public breaking point. Instead of calmly addressing Davis's comments, Floyd stirred things up further by posting a video that many saw as a personal shot at Tank, disguised as a media move.
Tank vents out on social media. He's been through a lot, throughout his life. But I take my hat off to him. I'm proud of him. Saturday night we had a game plan, and a lot of times when he says certain things on social media, I say, he's to me he's still a kid, and when I was that age, I probably would have did the same thing. I didn't have a Floyd Mayweather to stand behind me and tell me, about what's right and what's wrong. He got the job done, but my hat off to Ryan Garcia, tough competitor, tough fighter, and the best man.
The fallout between Gervonta Davis and Floyd Mayweather has revealed some troubling issues. Davis shared that during his time with Floyd, he felt manipulated and tightly controlled. He said he was often shown in a bad light, and that the gifts and money he received weren't out of kindness, but were used to keep him in check. It painted a picture of a mentor more focused on control than truly supporting his fighter's growth. On top of the personal drama, Mayweather's name has also come up in financial controversies overseas, with rumors suggesting he didn't pay for luxury items in Dubai.
You off that you was like, I gotta do that.
A lot of people don't know that what Floyd do. He said.
So you feel like it was a sub, like he was subbing you, like, oh, like
he was going at me. He was going at me, and I knew for sure he was going at me. That's why I went at him. There's no reason for me to go at Floyd.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Cause I feel like y'all got, I would say love and hate, but it's been like the last interview you showed them love. This week it was whatever. But is that sometimes like, is it just like big bro, little bro seeing things different, or what is it to you?
No, Floyd don't never. He felt as though I'm at that point where as though I passed him. And I'm doing it at a young age. Wait, like when Floyd was 29, you'll see, bro.
Yeah.
That deal that I'm talking about.
Yeah. Oh, that's a part of the
deal. He don't know about that yet. But that's bigger than his deal.
Damn. Wow.
And I'm just releasing it.
Exclusive. That's exclusive. Bigger than Floyd deal?
Yeah.
Ain't no cap, nigga. That's a lot of bread.
You'll see. It's gonna come out.
These claims point to a worrying pattern, one where Floyd enjoys a lavish lifestyle, but avoids accountability. If there's truth to these reports, it could signal deeper problems with debt and reputation, putting his financial image at even greater risk.
The Tank's come out with a bit of a mad statement, and he said that Floyd Mayweather has been held captive in Dubai because he owes people money and he can't pay them, or won't pay them, one or the other. Before I carry on, please hit that follow button if you haven't already. We're on a mission to get to 10k. Now for me, the idea that one of the richest men in the world cannot pay somebody in Dubai is a bit mad. However, Tank Davis has come out and said ask Floyd to go live right now, and he can. Which is a fair point, and knowing how Mayweather's ego is, if it was possible for him to go live, he would be responding to this straight off the bat. Now that being said, it wasn't that long ago since we saw that video call between him and Bill Haney on the internet. And whether this is true or not, I do not know. It could just be Tank throwing shots at Floyd Mayweather, because I know that relationship has been a little bit ropey in the last few years. But you never know, especially with somebody like Mayweather, who sometimes comes across with a bit of a god complex. Maybe he's just tried screwing the wrong people. But let me know what you guys think to this. Do you think that Floyd Mayweather is being held captive in Dubai? Or do you think this is just Tank Davis stirring up some stuff? Let me know in the comments. As always, a like, a favourite, save a share, all appreciated. Please hit that follow button if you haven't already. We're on a mission to get to 10k. Peace out.
Mayweather has also made dismissive comments about Gervonta Davis's chances of becoming a pay-per-view star. Many saw these remarks as unnecessary and undermining, especially coming from someone who once called himself Davis's biggest supporter. By downplaying Davis's potential in public, Mayweather seemed to reveal a deeper insecurity about being outshined. It was another sign that he may not be ready to step out of the spotlight.
And we got young fighters that's on the rise, that's under our banner. The ultimate goal is to find the next Floyd Mayweather that can break my records.
So is Gervonta Davis that guy?
I truly believe at this particular time, he's one of the guys that can go out there and become a pay-per-view star. I think to become a superstar in this era is a lot easier than the road I had to take over 20 years ago.
You had the hard road. It's
Yes.
the social media now. The access
Yes,
that people have to your videos and what you're doing. You can promote yourself how you want now.
Yes. So, you know, in today's time, you have celebrities and stars that I may never even heard of, but they're rich off of social media. So times have changed, and you have to be able to change with the times.
When did you feel like a star? Going back to yourself, when did you have that moment?
Me? Oh, man.
Like I played football, so I had a moment in my life where I thought, you know what, I know I'm a top player, but when was the moment you felt that?
The moment that I felt it, from day one.
Davis didn't hold back, saying that Mayweather is scared of being passed up by the new generation. According to Davis, this shows insecurity, not pride. He believes Floyd tries to keep others down to stay on top, even those he once supported. While this approach might give him control for now, it could lead to long-term isolation and hurt his legacy in the end.
You thought Mayweather set you up against Pedraza. Did you really think Pedraza was gonna beat you?
Later. He didn't know how good I was and how I would have like handled the situation, so he just threw me out there.
Why do you think
he was hurt? He was hurt. I mean, not even hurt. He was just bad. First of all, Floyd don't never want to see no one like a fighter do better than them. How the fuck would you say Terrence Crawford should fight? Finna be there. That don't make no fucking sense. He don't never want to see nobody be better than him. I'm telling you.
You was next in line. Just so you're next in line.
Is there like a Dale's brother? Yes.
The last question, guys. Gotta wrap
Is there like a love-hate for Floyd? Like,
yeah,
love the fighter?
Yeah, I love the fighter. Like, I ain't gonna lie, if he was like chill, like he'll be the smoothest. But he's not. You know what I mean? He's a great fighter. And my bad. And
you're good, man.
And he cause I don't want to say like he's just a scumbag, but it's like he's a great fighter, and sometimes he can be good, but it's like it's always I'm this, I'm that, and
Thank you very much. I will see you at 9:30.
it just I don't know.
In a surprising twist, Floyd Mayweather reportedly helped Frank Martin prepare to fight Gervonta Davis. The fact that Floyd would support someone going up against his former protege shocked the boxing world. With Mayweather's deep understanding of Davis's style and tendencies, his involvement could give Martin an unfair advantage. This move made it clear that the rift between Floyd and Davis has grown into deep, lasting bitterness.
Fighters, he loves to embrace guys, so what was being around talking to Floyd? Like, what has Floyd taught you about fighting, and has it made you a better fighter? Because he could tell me all day to do that shit he does. I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what does being around a guy like Floyd do for you?
He could tell you, go run at 2 in the morning. You know, go do it when, cause 9 times out of 10, we know your opponent sleep at that time. So go run at 2 in the morning and go give yourself a mental edge, you know, like, cause you know you out there working every night at 2 in the morning running. That's a lot of the times your opponent sleep. You know, it could be little things that'll take you to the next level. You know, that Floyd, a person like Floyd, like if he tell you that, you gonna take a lot of heave to it, and it's gonna give you a different type of motivation when you doing it. He could show you something, you know, and it could be the same thing. You know, you might not be able to do it like him, but just it coming from him, it'll give you like a different type of like feel about yourself.
Hold up, limitless, biggest to me cap pinning it. I thought they hit.
From the start, Floyd Mayweather took credit for jump-starting Gervonta Davis's career. But as Davis rose through the ranks, tension grew. What began as mentorship slowly turned into control. Mayweather often spoke as if Davis's achievements were his own, while Davis wanted to be seen as a fighter in his own right. That clash between independence and control turned their once promising partnership into a cautionary story about pride, ego, and the cost of holding on too tightly.
Tank Davis, he was a young kid, came up to me when he was a kid, wanted an autograph. I signed his phone for him and told him, "You'll be world champion someday, and I'll be your promoter." Years later, he was working with some people from our team because our team is huge. We got guys in DC, Baltimore, Philly, New York, all around. He won a few fights. I think he was like 8 or 9-0. I told him, in under 24 months, you'll be world champion. Made the right moves, put him in the right position. He's a multi-millionaire now.
Absolutely.
He was a kid that couldn't even buy a bus ticket. Now he's a multi-millionaire.
That's it for today's video. Stay tuned for the next one.